Welcome to Top 10. Today, we're going to explore one of the most iconic events in American history, Inauguration Day at the White House. This day marks the peaceful transition of power from one president to the next, and it's filled with fascinating traditions and ceremonies that go back centuries. Whether you're a history buff or just curious about the significance of this momentous occasion, we've got you covered with the top 10 facts about Inauguration Day at the White House. So make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Top 10, and don't forget to leave a comment telling us what tradition or fact you find the most interesting. Let's get started. 1. The Oath of Office. The inaugural ceremony begins with the president-elect taking the oath of office. This is a critical moment in the inauguration, as it officially marks the beginning of the president's term. The oath is required by the U.S. Constitution and has been taken by every president since George Washington. The exact words of the oath have remained unchanged, and the person administering it is usually the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. In 1789, George Washington famously took the first oath of office on the steps of Federal Hall in New York City, the nation's first capital. 2. The Inaugural Address. Once the oath is taken, the new president delivers their inaugural address. This is one of the most anticipated moments of the day, as it sets the tone for the incoming administration and provides a vision for the future. Presidents typically use the address to unify the country and lay out their legislative goals. For example, President Franklin D. Roosevelt's first address in 1933 included the famous line, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." The inaugural address is delivered on the steps of the U.S. Capitol, and it's broadcast live to millions of people around the world. 3. The Inaugural Parade. After the oath and the inaugural address, the president and the first family participate in the inaugural parade, which is a festive tradition that dates back to 1809. The parade features military units, marching bands, performers, and floats from each state in the U.S. It travels down Pennsylvania Avenue from the Capitol to the White House. The parade serves as a public celebration of the new president's victory and is a chance for the public to see the incoming administration up close. The first inaugural parade included just a few spectators, but today, it's a massive event watched by millions both in person and on television. 4. The Inaugural Ball. In the evening, the inaugural ball takes place, providing a more intimate yet glamorous celebration for the president, first lady, and guests. This tradition dates back to 1809 when James Madison hosted the first inaugural ball in Washington, D.C. Over the years, it has become one of the most anticipated social events of the year. While it's a formal gathering, it also provides a more relaxed atmosphere compared to the ceremony earlier in the day. The ball typically features performances from top artists, and the first couple shares the first dance as president and first lady. 5. The 20th Amendment, moving the date. In 1933, the 20th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution moved the date of Inauguration Day from March 4th to January 20th. Prior to this change, the transition between administrations could be as long as 4 months, which was problematic during times of crisis. The 20th Amendment, known as the Lame Duck Amendment, was designed to shorten this transition period and make government more efficient by ensuring that the new president takes office more quickly. Since then, every Inauguration Day has been held on January 20th. 6. The Capitol Rotunda and bad weather. While Inauguration Day is traditionally held on the steps of the U.S. Capitol, it's not uncommon for bad weather to force a change in plans. In fact, there have been several instances when the ceremony had to be moved indoors to the Capitol Rotunda due to rain, snow, or extreme cold. For example, during Ronald Reagan's second inauguration in 1985, freezing temperatures and heavy snow forced the swearing-in to take place inside, though the parade still proceeded as planned. Seven. The inaugural luncheon. After the swearing-in ceremony, the new president and vice president attend an inaugural luncheon hosted in the Capitol. This is a highly ceremonial meal attended by lawmakers, dignitaries, and other invited guests. The luncheon typically includes several courses and is a moment for the newly elected officials to mingle with Congress and discuss their priorities. The tradition of an inaugural luncheon dates back to 1897, and it has become an important social event during Inauguration Day. 8. The first inauguration. George Washington's first inauguration in 1789 set many of the precedents for Inauguration Day. At the time, New York City was the capital of the United States, and Washington took the oath on the balcony of Federal Hall. Interestingly, Washington didn't deliver a formal inaugural speech. Instead, he simply took the oath and then made a brief prayer, which was followed by a short speech. His inauguration marked the beginning of the American presidential tradition, and many elements from his ceremony, like the inaugural address and oath-taking, continue today. Nine. The inaugural parade route. The inaugural parade is a crucial part of the celebration, and its route along Pennsylvania Avenue between the U.S. Capitol and the White House has remained largely the same for over a century. This route allows the public to celebrate the new president and for the first family to witness the festivities up close. The parade is a joyous occasion, with bands and floats from all over the country participating, and it is broadcast to millions of viewers around the world. 10. The inaugural prayer service. After the big day, the president and vice president attend a national prayer service at the Washington National Cathedral. This tradition began in 1933 with Franklin D. Roosevelt and has continued ever since. The service is an opportunity for the nation to pray for the new administration and the well-being of the country. It's a reflective and solemn moment following the day's celebrations and symbolizes the importance of faith in the U.S. presidency. In conclusion, Inauguration Day at the White House is a celebration of democracy, tradition, and the peaceful transition of power. These traditions help to unite the nation and mark a new chapter in American history. If you found these facts interesting, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment with your favorite tradition, and subscribe to Top 10 for more exciting and informative videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.